Slovakia awakens with a soft morning light stretching across valleys, rivers, and quiet plains shimmering under a gentle sky. The day begins in the capital city of Bratislava, where the Danube River glides beneath bridges and past embankments lined with modern cafes, riverboats, and people starting their routines. Cyclists move along dedicated paths, trams hum through narrow streets, and the old town reveals colorful facades, medieval gateways, and charming squares that fill slowly with life. Above the rooftops, a hilltop castle watches over the river, creating a silhouette that connects centuries of history with the movements of the present. Street vendors set up stalls selling pastries and souvenirs, while school children in uniforms hurry toward classrooms, their backpacks bouncing as the city settles into its rhythm. Farther north, towns settle in rolling hills covered with forests of beech and spruce where rustic cottages and vineyards trace the land. The air carries hints of freshly baked bread and roasted coffee drifting from small bakeries. On weekends, families wander through markets filled with local cheeses, cured meats, honey, and fruits harvested from fertile regions that bloom between rivers and mountains. Locals greet one another with warmth that hints at traditions rooted in community and resilience developed through eras of change. Architectural details reveal a blend of Baroque, Gothic, and contemporary influences shaped by regional identity and European connections. Nature holds a constant presence as gardens, parks, and farmland appear in the background of everyday life. Traveling deeper into the country leads to villages beneath the Carpathian Mountains, where nature becomes grand, raw, and untouched. Trails cut through meadows and among wild flowers that bend gently with winds moving down from rugged peaks. Wooden chapels and stone monuments mark historic paths crossed by shepherds and travelers long ago. As the day rises higher, buses and trains link even remote places, creating an accessible network that keeps tourism and daily life intertwined in a balanced rhythm. Travelers encounter viewpoints offering sweeping panoramas across valleys shaped by glaciers and rivers over countless ages. The journey continues toward the High Tatras, a majestic alpine landscape where jagged peaks pierce the sky and glacial lakes mirror clouds gliding overhead. Cable cars climb above forests where wildlife thrives, and hikers follow paths that reveal waterfalls, winding rivers, and panoramic viewpoints that make the air feel thinner and more invigorating. In winter, ski resorts attract visitors seeking crisp snow, modern lifts, and cozy lodges serving hearty Slovak dishes like brinzo halyaki, dumplings with sheep cheese that fuel cold weather adventures. Hotels and mountain huts offer shelter from icy winds, while fireplaces flicker beneath antler decorations, skis leaned against wooden walls, and windows fogged from warm conversations shared over mulled wine. As the hours shift toward midday, the countryside reveals castles, manor houses, and fortified churches standing as reminders of noble families, ancient kingdoms, and eras of conflict and faith. One such marvel is Spiš Castle, resting on limestone cliffs with walls that resemble a crown overlooking fields and towns. Its courtyards and towers whisper stories of medieval life, battle, and diplomacy. Nearby, UNESCO-protected villages showcase traditional wooden architecture and painted folk patterns preserved across generations. History continues through monasteries, museums, and town squares framed by stone fountains and clock towers that toll each hour with resonant charm. Heading west, the industrial and academic spirit of Slovakia becomes apparent in cities where innovation and heritage coexist. Workplaces, universities, museums, and public spaces blend into vibrant urban areas filled with green parks, sculptures, and evening street life. People enjoy cafes and tea houses, often choosing terraces where they can watch bicycles, pedestrians, and dogs passing through squares framed by fountains and restored facades. Public transportation remains efficient and affordable, encouraging mobility within and between regions. Rail stations bustle with commuters, students, and tourists boarding sleek trains that connect Slovakia to neighboring countries, strengthening trade, tourism, and cultural exchange. The afternoon sunlight warms lakes and rivers where kayakers and paddleboarders glide along shimmering surfaces. Along shorelines, children chase birds, couples relax on benches, and seniors feed ducks in tranquil settings that feel worlds away from urban stress. In summer, beaches along reservoirs fill with swimmers escaping heat, while forests shaded with ancient trees offer quiet spaces for picnics, reading, or simply breathing crisp air. Slovakia's landscapes shift from lowland plains to wetlands, karst formations, vineyards, and alpine environments in relatively short distances, creating constant visual variety for travelers documenting their journeys. Wildlife flourishes across national parks where lynx, bears, and wolves roam among valleys and dense forests. Rangers and conservationists work tirelessly to protect these ecosystems, ensuring that nature remains an essential identity of the nation. Birdsong provides the soundtrack while wind moves across grasslands that sway under a wide open sky. The colors change dramatically across seasons, from blossoms in spring, to dense greens in summer, to fiery gold and red in autumn, and finally snow-covered stillness in winter. Travelers pause frequently to photograph flora and fauna that reflect an ecological diversity many do not expect in a country of such modest size. The cultural experience deepens with festivals celebrating folk music, dance, and traditional crafts. Locals wear embroidered garments showcasing regional styles, while musicians play violins and accordions that accompany dancers whose movements echo historical stories. Stalls offer pastries, smoked meats, and sweets infused with poppy seeds, walnuts, and fruit. Visitors savor beverages brewed from local herbs and fruits that reflect centuries of culinary knowledge. Cultural centers and theaters host performances ranging from classical compositions to contemporary choreography that highlight evolving artistic expression. Evening arrives in cities glowing with lanterns and streetlights reflecting on wet cobblestones after brief rain showers. Restaurants serve modern Slovak cuisine alongside international dishes, yet always with a touch of local ingredients sourced from farms and mountains. Waiters describe meals with quiet pride, and diners enjoy desserts layered with honey, chocolate, and seasonal berries. Bars and music venues awaken with jazz, rock, and electronic sounds, bringing younger generations together in warm interiors filled with laughter and shared stories. The coastline may be absent, but rivers and lakes add a refreshing aquatic dimension, while the Danube provides a vital connection to Central European trade and travel networks. Cruise ships dock in Bratislava, releasing passengers who explore galleries, shops, and historic lanes before boarding again at twilight. Rail lines stretch across borders, linking Slovakia to neighbors with smooth transportation options that keep tourism active year-round. Modern highways thread through mountains and valleys, crossing bridges and tunnels built through impressive engineering that respects natural landscapes. Night settles slowly over plains and mountains, revealing clear skies perfect for stargazing in rural regions untouched by heavy light pollution. Small villages welcome travelers into ghost houses where wood stoves crackle, beds are layered with quilts, and hosts share stories about traditions, superstitions, and the beauty of the land. Some visitors plan trips to thermal spas where mineral waters soothe and heal, surrounded by forests and modern wellness architecture that blends comfort with nature.
Thanks very much for watching this video. See you in next video. Bye.